Have you ever pondered the true meaning of wealth and wisdom? How did the richest man in history perceive these concepts? King Solomon, a name that echoes through the corridors of time, was not only the richest man in history, but also a figure renowned for his wisdom. His reign as the king of Israel during its golden age left a legacy that still resonates today. But what made Solomon truly unique was not his immense wealth, but his extraordinary wisdom. A wisdom that was said to surpass all the wisdom of Egypt and was renowned throughout the known world. This wisdom wasn't just about leadership or governance, it was about life itself, its complexities, and the paradoxes it often presents. It was about understanding the true value of things beyond their outward appearance or perceived worth. And one of the most fascinating aspects of King Solomon's wisdom was his understanding and teachings about wealth. Solomon's wealth was legendary, and yet, his teachings reveal a perspective on wealth that goes beyond material riches. He viewed wealth not just in terms of gold and silver but in terms of knowledge, understanding, and peace of mind. His teachings emphasize that wealth, in its truest sense, is not just about having but about being, not just about possession but about perspective. In the modern world where wealth is often equated with material possessions and social status, Solomon's teachings offer a refreshing perspective. They remind us that true wealth lies not in what we have but in who we are, not in our possessions but in our perceptions, not in our riches but in our wisdom. These teachings of King Solomon, though thousands of years old, still hold relevance today. They offer valuable insights on wealth and wisdom, helping us navigate the complexities of life with a deeper understanding and a broader perspective. Let us delve into the depths of King Solomon's wisdom, a treasure trove of insights on wealth. King Solomon in his wisdom saw wealth not as an end but a means to an end. Now what does this mean? Well, in Solomon's perspective, wealth was a tool that could be used to achieve goals, to make life more comfortable, to provide for one's family, and to help those in need. He viewed money as a resource that could be used to do good in the world, not something to be hoarded or idolized. Solomon believed that the pursuit of wealth, for its own sake, was empty and unsatisfying. He wrote in the book of Ecclesiastes, "He who loves money will not be satisfied with money, nor he who loves wealth with his income. This also is vanity." In other words, if you're looking for happiness or fulfillment in wealth alone, you're not going to find it. This is not to say that Solomon saw wealth as something negative. On the contrary, he recognized its value and understood its potential. But he also knew that it came with responsibility. In Proverbs, he wrote, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous." He advised that wealth should be managed wisely and used for the benefit of others, not squandered or used selfishly. He encouraged generosity, saying, "One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give, and only suffers want." And perhaps most importantly, Solomon saw wisdom as more valuable than wealth. He wrote in Proverbs, "How much better to get wisdom than gold. To get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver." Wealth, in Solomon's eyes, was not the ultimate prize, but the wisdom to use it correctly was. It's a perspective that encourages us to rethink our own attitudes towards wealth and to consider how we might use it to make a positive impact in the world. For Solomon, wisdom was the true wealth, but why? Diving into the annals of biblical history, we find King Solomon renowned for his wealth. Yet he esteemed wisdom above all his riches. He believed that wisdom was not just a tool, but a guiding light leading to a richer, more fulfilling life. Solomon's teachings are filled with profound insights that emphasize this point. He once said, "Happy is the man who finds wisdom and the man who gets understanding, for the gain from it is better than gain from silver and its profit better than gold." This statement wasn't just a casual remark, it reflected his deep-rooted belief in the power of wisdom. Solomon saw wisdom as a life compass, guiding us to make sound decisions, build strong relationships, and lead fulfilling lives. He recognized that while wealth can provide comfort, it can't buy happiness, peace, or contentment. These invaluable treasures, he believed, were fruits of wisdom. In the book of Proverbs, Solomon penned, "Wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her." He personified wisdom as a woman of high value, far surpassing any earthly treasure. This poetic expression underscores Solomon's conviction that wisdom, not wealth, is the ultimate asset. He also taught that wisdom leads to wealth, but not the vice versa. In his view, a wise man can acquire wealth, but wealth can't purchase wisdom. Consequently, he encouraged the pursuit of wisdom over wealth, for wisdom can open doors that money can't. Solomon's teachings reflect his understanding of the transitory nature of wealth. He recognized that riches can vanish like a vapor, but wisdom remains, a steadfast companion in life's journey. In the grand scheme of things, Solomon valued wisdom above all else, even wealth. He understood that true wealth isn't measured by the size of one's bank account but by the depth of one's wisdom. Wisdom, in the eyes of Solomon, was the ultimate wealth. In the grand scheme of things, Solomon valued wisdom above all else, even wealth. Yet Solomon did not dismiss wealth. He saw a place for it in life's grand tapestry. Now let's delve into the balance between wealth and wisdom according to King Solomon's teachings. Solomon, in his infinite wisdom, understood the value of wealth. He did not scorn it, nor did he dismiss it as unimportant. Rather, he recognized its potential as a tool, an instrument that, when wielded with wisdom, could bring about meaningful change and progress. He taught that wealth in itself isn't inherently evil or good. Its impact relies entirely on how it's used and who wields it. It's like a double-edged sword. On one side, it holds the power to create, to uplift, and to foster growth. On the other, it can also cause destruction, breed greed, and sow the seeds of discord. The wisdom of Solomon teaches us that wealth is not to be pursued for its own sake. It should not be the ultimate goal or the measure of success. Instead, it is a resource, a means to an end, not the end itself. When coupled with wisdom, wealth can be used to improve lives, to foster development, to bring about peace and prosperity. However, to achieve this balance, wisdom must always take precedence. The pursuit of wisdom must come first, for it is wisdom that teaches us how to handle wealth responsibly. It is wisdom that shows us the way to use our riches for the greater good, turning wealth from a potential source of corruption into a powerful force for good. In a world where the pursuit of wealth often overshadows the pursuit of wisdom, Solomon's teachings are a refreshing reminder of what truly matters. They encourage us to strive not just for material wealth but for wisdom, understanding, and discernment. In the end, Solomon's teachings invite us to strike a balance between wealth and wisdom, to lead a life that is not just prosperous but also meaningful and fulfilling. It's not just about gathering riches, but about gaining wisdom to use those riches well.